Hi, this is Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your daily horoscope and energy reading for May 13th on a Wednesday. And I want to tell you about today because I'm actually pretty psyched about today's energy. I've sat with it kind of here for like about a half an hour, and I've really felt this energy, and I feel like today is going to plug you in. It plugged me in, just feeling the day, and it's not even here yet. So I know today you're just going to wake up and you're going to be like, wow, I just feel freaking amazing, and I don't really understand why. Well, there are reasons. The sun in Taurus is going to be sextiling the moon in Pisces. Now, this is going to be making you feel romantic. It's going to be making you feel just loving and sensitive on all levels, down to the deepest level of yourself. You're going to want to think about somebody in such a just warm and gentle way. You won't be able to help it because there will be this loving energy that fills your soul and makes you just unable to resist this beautiful energy. Now, here's the thing. And this is, it's really fascinating when I'm looking at the energy because this is the day before we have two really, really challenging days coming up. And so, but one of the things that I notice is when Mercury goes into retrograde, you tend to either go back to your past and revisit past relationships, or you try to contact past relationships, or, and many of you have already been experiencing this in your life. And, or they've been coming back, or they've been, sending you a few texts and you hadn't really heard from them in a really long time and you just really don't understand why. The energy starts to fully support romantic thoughts about the past, so it wants you to revisit your past relationships. Now, I've talked about this a lot. And in order for you to want to dive into your past, you've got to remember the best things about that. You almost have rose-colored glasses when you are going through this energy. So you're probably reminiscing about that past relationship or that past partnership, and you're probably going, man, when I had them, it was so wonderful. They were my soulmates. Why did I ever leave them? And so you just feel compelled for no reason, when you thought you were done with them, to move forward and to really talk about your past and what happened because you have regrets. I encourage you, if the energy feels that strong, for you to do this. Does that mean it's going to work out? No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that at all. It means that there's a reason why the energy is compelling you to look back at that past relationship. It could mean something karmically that you have to work through. Or it could mean that it is something that, you missed out on. You didn't have the maturity enough to realize it at the time, and now you do. And now you're like, I think I really want that person back in my life, and you revisit it. Is it going to feel all the time wonderful? Heavens no. No, it's not. It's going to make you vulnerable to what happened in your past. And the reason I say this is because the sun in Taurus is going to be opposing Saturn in Sagittarius. And an opposition is not a square. An opposition is two energies at opposite ends like this, and there's a line. And in between that line is where you want to go with these energies. So maybe that person that you contact decides to just give you an earful about what a piece of crap you were in that relationship, or that partnership. Or maybe you decide to revisit a money situation, and it felt really good when you were partnered with somebody and you felt that security, and maybe you need to revisit what made you feel secure in that situation. Whatever it is, it's something you need to process. And even though there's an opposition, even though it doesn't feel good revisiting that situation because you know that there's a karmic debt you have to pay back, do it anyway. Faster you pay back karmic debt, the faster that you can work through your life on a new level and get to the next, that next ladder, that next step on that ladder up. And that's what you want to do. You don't want to stay stuck. You don't want to ever just be in limbo. That's like the worst place for you to stay, because then you never evolve. And that is really sad to me. I think that's the saddest part of life, when people just dig their heels in and don't evolve. So with the sun in Taurus and sextiling the moon in Pisces, there is a latent unconscious thought that you have. There is something deep down in the deepest parts of you that make you feel sensitive, that make you feel loving, and your heart gets the best of you in this position, and there's no stopping it. Your heart is your heart, especially when you have Taurus energy flow into you. They are the sweetest souls. I know they get a bad rap. I know that, some Taurus energies can be, somewhat difficult. And, at their low vibration, yes, they can be stubborn and possessive and obsessive, and I get all that. But at a high vibration, it's a pairing energy. They're like the penguins that want to pair for life, And so I think that a lot of conversations that are going to start to happen are pairing up energies. You're going to think about pairing with somebody. With all this Mars energy in Gemini, wanting to talk things out and have the confidence that you've never had before to make decisions and follow through. It's a very important energy for Geminis to have. I like Mars in Gemini for this reason, because they're so scattered, but Mars isn't a scattered energy. Mars is a fierce energy. It's a move forward energy. And so it's not going to sit there and piss around on something once it gets a wild hair up its butt. So just to let you know, if you start thinking about something and you reminisce and it looks rosy and you feel good about it, you're going to pursue it, because you have Mars in there just saying, do, like, let's freaking charge. And you're going to go for it. And that's what it's going to be like for the next 2 years, so you better get used to it. So here's the other beautiful thing that I really like about this energy, is that your moon in Pisces is trining Saturn. So even though your sun is opposing, trying to find a way to meet in the middle, okay, with your past, trying to resolve a past latent issue, your intuitive moon, your psychic connection to the universe, is going to give you a really wonderful gift. Now, are you going to accept it? You could probably do the trine thing where you're like, oh, I know this and blah, blah, blah. And you can just take advantage of this wonderful gift the universe is giving you, this insight, this awareness, this psychic connection with the universe. But I say don't do that. We get gifts from the universe, and today is a wonderful gift of just, it's almost like Spirit, God, the universe, whatever you hold to be, the power in the universe that rules your life is whispering in your ear, go that way. Whatever you feel strongly today, know that's a strong direction for you to start heading in. I feel this energy. I think because there's so much water energy in here, and I am a Cancer and I'm an empath, I think I just feel that today is going to be a very powerful day of awareness for you. Now, and here's another beautiful energy. You've got Venus in Cancer trining Neptune in Pisces. So again, you're going to want to look at this rose-colored, and you're not going to have, it's just going to happen. Even though you know that in this situation in the past, you've lost your personal power, because Venus in Cancer is also opposing Pluto in Capricorn, which means to me that somehow at some point you lost your personal power in this relationship, in this dynamic. And so you're gonna want to be hesitant, but that's because you're vulnerable. But then your moon in Pisces is saying intuitively, you need to go here. It's pushing you. It's shoving you. It's saying, come on, man, there's something unresolved here, and it's wonderful, and you need to revisit it, because this is a key to happiness here. But Are you going to let the energies guide you, or are you going to resist? Are you going to oppose this energy and dig your heels in and take the cipher out? That's completely up to you. The energy can only guide you. It can only guide you. It can't make you make a choice. And so it's totally up to you whether or not you feel like you're ready to make the choices that the universe is asking you to do. Now, there's an energy that is, okay, so I love Uranus, and I really do, but Uranus is a firecracker. It can go either way. It can either ignite in one direction or ignite in the other. It can either burn down an entire forest, or it can provide you heat. You know, it's that kind of energy. Uranus is in Aries, and it's trining Jupiter in Leo. So it can either make this amazing opportunity happen for you that builds your self-confidence and gives you just the biggest opportunity that you've had in a real long time, or it can make you cantankerous and throw tantrums and be all about me, and I. And so it may make you defensive and combative, and it may make you, seek out ego-based protection methods more than it'll make you seek the higher power of that. So that is an energy all within yourself. It helps to know that where you have Mars, Mars right now is in Gemini. So Mars wants to be more passive aggressive about the way that it fights. It fights through words. It fights through communication. So maybe you'll have a conversation with somebody that'll ultimately either raise your awareness, raise the situation, raise the opportunity to a new level. Maybe you'll talk to somebody, maybe that somebody's from your past, and all of a sudden you find that you have this amazing opportunity and it just seems spot on and it's just real. And I like this energy because it's before the retrograde. Do everything that you can as far as an opportunity-based issues before the retrograde. This is just so important for you to utilize energy when it's at its optimum power, when it's not debilitated in any way. Then you have Mercury in Gemini, which is trining Uranus in Aries. Now, this suggests to me it's going to be a talk you have with somebody. And it's going to be about something that you deeply within your soul need to achieve to feel like your sun can fully shine. And so you need your ego to get to the level that it used to be before all the breakdown, before all of the problems. I don't see our past pulling us down yet. That's going to happen. That's going to start happening tomorrow. You're making the game plan today for that storm that you see off in the distance. You thought the storm passed, but it didn't. You were in the eye of the storm. But that's okay, because you're feeling like pretty freaking fabulous. You're feeling like screw the storm and screw all of you, because guess what? I'm rocking today. I am. And I have so much support. And my intuition tells me that because you have this connection with the universe, that you are going to survive the second half of that storm. And you're going to survive it. But not only that, you're going to connect with people again. You're going to connect with your past confidence and your past awareness. You're going to find that the people that maybe you said goodbye to, some of them actually were people that you should have kept, but you did that out of fear-based reactions. But now that you have your personal power back, you're like, I don't need to do that anymore. So I look forward to talking to you guys again tomorrow, and that was today's daily forecast.